Just a quick question. If you are supported by the government, right? They pay for your living, rent, medical, food, and give you money every month, cradle to grave. How the fuck are you moving to Hawaii? The most expensive state in the Union. I don't really consider it a state of the Union. I consider it an occupied territory, but the cost of living here is so extreme. Like, I know I talk about it sometimes, but it's insane, especially here in Waikiki. So, I mean, it's one thing if you live here and you're on the government. You know, we had plenty of people living here on the government. But moving from the mainland or from another country over here is very expensive. The plane ride alone. And to move all your stuff here, the organization that takes. How are you doing that? I know how people do that, and I know why. But just throwing the question out there. So over on Pole, the Glowies are going nuts because there's people making threads about that girl that supposedly died at the fake music festival. The fake girl that died at the fake music festival. It's all so tiresome. So anyway, and then found some photos that prove she's alive. One, she's like holding her own sign. A sloppy job massage. Jesus. They get real mad. You know, they're real mad about this girl thing because I think for them it's like you're criticizing their work. Like, that's why they get mad. I don't think it's the case of, oh, they're going to catch us, because they know what us schizos can see. Your average robot, you can show them anything you want, then they're not going to see it, you know. But that whole thing, like, the Mossad almost they have like a style. Some of these guys that take this camera footage, you know, and you can just see it from the lady on the plane who perfectly hits her marks to the fantastic cinematic footage from Kenosha. The camera work on that thing was beautiful. You know, film students, you know, working on this stuff. It's very Hollywood. I mean, Hollywood is their thing. I mean, that's, you know, they know how to make a set. There was that guy that went to the Ukraine that, I don't know if you can find this information anymore. Matt from Quantum of Contents was trying to shut it down because he's a gatekeeper. And he's related to President McKinley. You know, they keep all these people in the family, you know, all these weirdo farmer controller people. And I remember him getting all upset about it and trying to shut that down. But yeah, you can see this stuff. You can see this stuff. After a while, you pick up on the visual style that they have. And then, oh yeah, the Ukraine thing, right? I just lost that from the guy went over to Ukraine. He was keeping a vlog of it. And when he got there, he was like, what I found when I arrived in the capital city was a movie set. He said he'd worked in film and he'd been on movie sets, and he said this was a movie set. They had all the stuff you have in a movie set. They had burned out cars over on one side. They had all this stuff that looked like it was destroyed on another side. He said what you're seeing is a fiction. It's like a film. And that's how everything's done. When I say, or other people say, all the world's a stage and that stuff, it is. I mean, everything is. Anything you're looking at on the screen or on any kind of official source is a scripted story. It's all a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week story to keep you hooked, so that you don't realize your divinity. You know, that's all it is. That's all that's going on there, man. You know, it's fucking awful. So, man. But yeah, you gotta just keep in mind everything is a show. You know what I mean? Like everything is a show.
Oh, yeah.
None of this stuff is real. Oh, a second. Oh, God. There you go, man. Have a good night, buddy.
All right, man.
No problem. He probably agrees with me if I had a minute to talk to him. But when they first showed that girl, that dead girl, right, in the back of that truck, that girl was positioned, and I know to normal people this would sound completely crazy. Well, actually, there's no normal people here. It's just us. I always make that disclaimer. I gotta stop doing that. They positioned her legs the way someone would position someone's legs if they wanted them to look dead. It's like a Family Guy thing. Like, oh yeah, turn it this way. And just look at what the camera looks at. Look at these films and these little things and these little TikTok things through the eyes of the idea that they want you to be outraged or they want you to see something. Because they always go to the things they want to be the talking points. So this other Anon pulled up some footage, supposedly from the fake music festival, and it's footage of the girl dancing, you know. So it's just like a tent. It's a tent. Looks like someone just made a tent in the backyard, and they put these people in it just to shoot the footage for the fake festival that no one's ever heard of. But the WebMD, or the TikTok video, whatever the fuck it is, starts off with this image. They have to signal, they have to make like signs to each other. They have to let each other know that they're like, you know, they're doing something like, okay, this is us. It's like they talk to each other through the media, you know. That's how they communicate a lot of times, because a lot of times, especially, I see that happening here with like the people moving business. They can't really talk to each other on the phone about this shit, so they leave messages in places. I don't want to get into it because you know, I know the van's coming. I'm just trying to put the vanning day off for me as long as I can. But yeah, so people were pointing all this stuff out about this woman, and the Glowies were going nuts. They were going nuts. They're real unhappy about it. I got in trouble with them from the hook thing. You know, I was talking about the hook. That was the first fake event that I watched in real time and could see all the parts of it. I made another observation here about security. Seems like all the security guards are the same. Huh. Instantly, I just made all these connections in my head, but I want to make sure they make sense, so I'm not going to talk about them until I think about this. But anyway, yeah, they came after me about the hook. I was watching that in real time, and that was the first one where I saw how these things are done. So at one point, I think that the thing that broke the camel's back on that one for me, like the final straw type of thing, was the families were getting together for the funerals, right? And he had a family member waiting to be picked up. He was out where cars are coming around, and he had this giant framed picture of one of the supposed teachers that were allegedly killed, right? In a big framed glass picture, right? Something you'd hang up on a house. And it was the same exact picture that appeared in every media thing. It looked like a high school yearbook. It's the same one they show on all the newspapers, the same photo they show in the school yearbook thing. Well, not the yearbook, the other thing on the wall which shows all the stuff. It's always the same picture. And when I saw that family member with that big framed glass picture, as if they had it hang in their house, of the same fucking picture, I'm like, oh, okay. Every part of this is fake. There's nothing real about this. It's all a movie. It's all a movie, and these people are They're Hollywood people, and they make your reality. It's all of it. I mean, there isn't anything real, because if something was real, it would stick out. You'd recognize it immediately. And if you recognize the real thing, then you'd see everything surrounding it. You'd realize it's bullshit. So it all has to be bullshit. It can't just be a case of, well, you know, the moon landing maybe didn't happen, but if you go to the International Space Station, it's like, no, the International Space Station doesn't exist. Oh, what about fucking Musk? You know, shooting up the rocket and it hits the fucking dome. It's like, didn't we waste enough time and money with Operation Fishbowl trying to figure that out? He must know, right? Like, he knows. He knows the truth, right? So why are they doing this? You know, it's not like there's no fucking way in hell that Elon Musk thought he was just going to fire off his old rocket and go to space. And why are they having him attack the Jews so bad lately? What's that all about? They're trying to bait people out, see everyone who likes his tweet, and then put them on a list. I've been real quiet about that on social media. You'd think after sparring with them for so long on my different social medias, having them get me banned and sending me threatening messages, you think I'd take this opportunity to kick them while they're down, but I'm being real quiet. And Anon came on to Paul not too long ago, and people put a lot of stuff up there. You don't know who's legit and who isn't, but he was talking about an event that was going to happen very soon, and he said, be careful about posting about this event, because they're going to use this as a barometer to kind of judge the lay of the land, like to see where people stand on something. And he said, you're going to know what it is when it happens, but when you see it, just don't comment on it, don't say anything about it, because they're going to be monitoring everything people say about this, or like or dislike or support or don't support. So I don't know if this is the thing, but I figure I've been going at them for years now. Let other people have some fun. Well, the good thing though is that people are, you know, even the normiest of normies are like, hey, these guys seem a little crazy. What's that all about? And they're hearing things about how, yeah, they chopped off 50 babies' heads and they put them on pans, on cookie sheets, and baked them on. It's like, no, they didn't. It's a fucking lie. You're a liar. Why are you saying this ridiculous stuff? Fucking idiot. I thought Asian people were supposed to be smart. The ones here are all fucking dumb. But yeah, you're just lying. It sounds like when they were talking about World War II, and they're saying that there was they had two cages. One had a bear and one had an eagle, and the Jew would go in the bottom, and it's like this totally complex fucking thing. Or the uncle that got frozen, the frozen uncle that turned to a popsicle and broke apart. I hear a guy screaming over there. He's not a demon. He's just a regular alcoholic. It's weird. We used to have a guy, that guy over there, that's yelling, is an old white-haired guy in a wheelchair that just fucking harasses the fuck out of everybody. We had a guy like that before, and he died. You know, you hate to see people die. It's sad and stuff, but he was on his way out anyway. So, you know, not like I was happy he was dead, but, you know, it made it a little more peaceful. Now they just wheeled another old maniac here in a wheelchair, and he yells at people all day now. People that make decisions about these neighborhoods, they don't live in them. They live far away. Some people don't live on the island. And that's why if they want to bring 150,000 people here that are going to cause problems, they don't give a fuck. 125,000 is the last number. Alright, before I depress myself, I'm going to go in the house, and I'm going to edit this. I'm going to get this out right away. This is very important stuff. Thanks for dropping by, guys. May God bless and protect you all. Don't blame the teacher. Blame the school.